red, blue, purple light. Friends, red, blue, purple light. Friends, facts, red, blue, purple light. Friends, red and blue, purple light. Friends, facts. You can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious Sunday to Melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I open my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we're stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. We gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts. Peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light to the family. Peace, love and light to the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.
Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome, 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 welcome to Melanin Mondays. You are now rocking with the best. Yes. This is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pillar. All right. Let me know how we sound on the microphone. Let me know how we sound on the audio. I did try to double check the audio to make sure everything is cool. And we looking good, but y'all let me know how we sounding on the audio and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? You're sure we are going to have a fire show today. You feel me? It's a good Monday. So many announcements, right? This shit is going to be announcement heavy. You know what I mean? Because as soon as we finished our lecture on what Brother Wesley, it's a whole bunch of shit just started popping up that you know, that we got booked for and whatnot. So the pills is working. For my New York family, Melanin Monday, IRL, and MF in Brooklyn, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Melanin Monday. I don't know who those two people are. I don't know. I don't know who these two figures are, but I don't know. But Melanin Mondays, IRL, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about it as we move forward and whatnot. We will talk about it as we move forward. Let's do the roll call. Let's see who's in the building. I made sure to do this thing immediately after work so I could be a part of your ride home and whatnot. I want to be a part of your ride home. You feel me? I want to be a part of your ride home, respectfully. You know what I'm talking about? And yeah, that's how we finna do it. Yeah. Vegas, what's happening? Philly, we lit. What's popping? Seminole, Florida, what it do? All right. Compton, Tampa, T-Dot. We got South Kakalaka. We got Ohio, Minnesota in the building. You feel me? Minnesota in the building. Really good. St. Petersburg, we got Rome, we got Arizona, we got Akron, Long Beach, AZ, Boston, Tucson. Okay. South London. You know what I'm talking about? South London. You know what I mean? Boston in here, Ireland in here. Anybody from Indiana, yo, dip from my live. Yeah, dip from my live. Anybody from Indiana, dip from my live. I went to an event last night and I didn't even see the last game. You know what I'm talking about? When they sent the Knicks packing and they was playing that shit on the big screen. I'm like, damn, bro, we already lost. Why y'all playing it again? I got traumatized. So I'm holding grudges against everybody from Indiana. Dip from my live. You know what I'm talking about? Until I get over this loss. You feel me? Until I get over this loss. And it's really not even for me. It's for my son and for the rest of the New Yorkers who've been riding with the fucking Knicks for who knows how long. I'm tired of losing. Shout out to Brother Jefferson. He got a new spot in the West End. And I think he's cutting a commercial for the channel so he could basically market and promote his new venue. It's in the West End. If y'all are in the West End, make sure y'all go and check out the new spot for star status and whatnot. Shout out to Athletics. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to the whole fam. Jacksonville in the building. Florida in the building. Florida in the building. Duval. You said I'm looking like Mookie with the baseball look. I mean, I'm in season, right? I gotta stay in season. St. Louis, Missouri. Texas in the building, Oklahoma in the building, Santa Rosa in the building. You feel me? Thunders versus Pacers is a Timothy McVeigh, right? Ain't that a thing? Nashville, Tennessee. East Flatbush in the building. Damn, nigga, Suriname. What we talking about? We got Suriname in the building. Not New Zealand, New Zealand. Look, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. Huh? I didn't make this up. This is a lineup. Look at this. Look, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio. Like, this is a fucking wave right now. This Texas wave. What's popping, Texas? Let me find out. Detroit in the building. Know what I mean? Sin City in the building. Shout out to everybody, man. Bed-Stuy, Georgia in the building. What up, Mo? Shout out to Bed-Stuy. Yo, we coming to Nicholas. We coming to Nicholas the same time next Strong End, right? The next Melanin Monday is going to be in Brooklyn. We coming to Nicholas. We coming to Nick. Yo, get ready. Spread the word. I know New Yorkers like to talk. We coming to Nicholas. Let the family know in the motherfucking town that we going to be in a building. The Pillars Invasion. We're going to be in New York. You know what I'm talking about? BK Stand Up. You feel me? It's going to be a movie. But tomorrow, mañana, we're going to be in Atlanta. Techno Tuesdays. Feel me? Techno Tuesdays, y'all. Spin City and whatnot. You know what I mean? You smell me? We outside. We might as well just go ahead and go to the commercial, right? Why not? Let's go to the commercial. Word from our sponsors. Like I said, it's a lot of it's going to be a few announcements and whatnot. It's a Monday, so you know it's one of those. It's you know, announcements are on Mondays, so we're going to announce some things as we move through the show. I'm going to make some announcements respectfully, if y'all don't mind. You know, we got to take care of business and shit. You know what I'm saying? So check it out.
ATL family, the Top Tech brothers Red Pillar and Spin City will be in living color.
488 Edgewood Ave.
Techno Tuesdays in real life.
We'll play that again.
ATL family, the Top Tech Brothers Red Pillar. Peace ATL family, the Top Tech Brothers Red Pillar and Spin City will be in living color.
488 Edgewood Ave.
Techno Tuesdays in real life.
That good Techno Tuesdays. You know what I mean? Check the flyer. At good Techno Tuesdays. We're going to be in the building, Atlanta. Come rock with us. I promise you it's going to be a lot of surprises. Mañana. Come and tap in with us. We lit. We not letting up. You feel me? We putting all foot on gas. No brakes. You feel me? We got something to prove in these streets. You know what I mean? We got something to prove in these streets, man. I'm telling you, it's serious, man. It's nothing to play with. Why? One, any way that you look at, oh yeah, and later on tonight, I think around 9 o'clock, I'll be on Black Magic, and the conversation is AI. And then prior to that, I'm going to be on the show with my good brother, Knowledge Born Allah, at 7 p.m. tonight. So, yeah, I'm out here working like a Jamaican. You know what I'm talking about? Respectfully. I'm not complaining either, because this what we do. We wake up so we could work. Let's go to that flyer. Let's go to the flyer, because I definitely want y'all to tap in with the good brother Knowledge Born Allah. If you're not familiar with him, that's another KTL alumni. We've been rocking with Knowledge for a very long time. And his birthday, his born day is he's a Gemini. Don't judge him and whatnot. Yeah, shout out to all of my Geminis, man. You know, shout out to my shout out to my Geminis and whatnot. You feel me? Let's get y'all let's get y'all right and get y'all the fuck up out of here. You know what I mean? So we could go and celebrate. Let's get y'all, you know what I mean? Let's celebrate. Woo woo, pop a bottle or two and get y'all up out of here so we can roll on to the next month, to the next sign and whatnot. But shout out to the Geminis. Tonight, we're gonna be on Do the Knowledge Radio at 7 o'clock. Henceforth, while we kind of early today and whatnot, get things out of the way. And then after that, I'll be on Black Magic 363. But what I'm saying is, I'm just playing, Geminis. I'm just playing. Y'all tell one of your personalities is going to take it serious, but tell the other personality that I'm just playing. I'm literally just clowning and whatnot. You feel me? My daughter's mother's a Gemini. You know that I love y'all for life, right? You know I love y'all for life. You feel me? You know I don't hold nothing against y'all, right? You know what I'm talking about? You know, y'all cool with me. But you know, another announcement before we even start. Black Dot, I gotta show this commercial. Shout out to Black Dot, shout out to Urban X, shout out to Malcolm, shout out to his book. Feel me? I gotta laugh, keep from crying. I'm gonna read this on my trip to New York. I'm gonna read it front to back. I'm gonna get very familiar with the Dot story. Everybody in this community deserves to tell their story, especially if you're one of the master teachers. I want to read your story. Real talk. Check it out.
access to decoding, to being an inspiration for so many people. What you do is so powerful. And so I wanted to take the time to give you your flowers now and tell you that you are appreciated. All the work that you have done over the years is important. And years from now, someone will come along and they will tell these amazing stories about who you are and what you've done. But Black Dot would like to do that now, give you your flowers, tell you that I love you, tell you that you are important. Enclosed is a copy of my book, Gotta Laugh to Keep from Crying. It is my story in totality. I want to share it with you in hopes that you get a better understanding of who your brother is. So with that being said, I hope you enjoy it. Peace, love, and much respect.
Mommy, wake up, Mommy. I remember yelling at the top of my lungs as my mother lay in a coma, slumped over the bathroom tub. Her shoestring still tied tightly around her arm, and a syringe lay on the floor close to her body. She was just seconds away from dying from a drug overdose, and I was scrawled all over my mother's limp body, smacking the hell out of her. I was pleading for her to wake up. I remember turning on the cold water in the tub and pouring it all over her face, trying to wake her up. My yells turned into cries of desperation as I still got no response from the woman who I loved so much, the woman who took care of me, the only woman I knew. As her head lay cradled in my arms, I saw her life begin to slip away.
Man, the story is so compelling, bro. The story is so compelling. Salute to Black Dot. Black Dot is such a marketing genius that he managed to make something about himself, about other people, right? Like, he sent me his book, but he managed to make me feel good about myself. He gave me my flowers, and he's coming out with a book. Like, what's effing with that? You feel me? So, son is a genius. His whole team, Mama Dot, you know what I'm talking about? She in the kitchen cooking. Shout out to Malcolm, his family. You feel me? Like, YouTube needs them. You know what I mean? I hope whatever the goal it is that they have in mind to come back to YouTube, they reach that goal and they're welcomed back by their quote unquote family and whatnot. Because sometimes you just got to miss people to know their value and their worth, unfortunately. But that's just how it is sometimes. Sometimes you have to remove yourself and you have to show people your value by removing yourself. You feel me? And then they realize, damn, life was better when you were here, right? So now it's like, well, if that's the case, you know, treat it like that. Stop treating me like I'm regular, like I'm just like these other people, because I'm not. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And if you treat me like you treat everyone else, then you can't, you know what I mean? We can't rock together because I'm refusing that type of treatment. I'm saying no to that. You know what I mean? I'm drawing boundaries and I'm being selective with my peace. Aren't we all healing? So shout out to the healers, because sometimes the healers need healing. You feel me? And sometimes the ones who are supporting millions, they need the support of just one or two or three, bro. You know what I mean? Once we figure this dichotomy out, I think the world of teaching, the world of content creation, the world of just basic human interaction about valuing one another and making one another feel valued is going to change. Because from a personal point, you know, one of the main things that people are struggling with in this community is appreciation. You feel me? They're not feeling appreciated. They get cursed out every day. They get, you know, if I read you some of this, it's not, you know, on your DMs, it don't be the people that I'm following. It be the DMs that's all the way in the back, where it's like faceless channels or faceless users. Oh, they talk crazy. You know what I'm talking about? They talk crazy. They talk crazy. They be saying some shit and you be like, damn, bro, is this the fucking CIA? I hope it is, because a human being shouldn't be this evil. You know? Then you have your contemporaries and your peers who be backbiting, you feel me? Who talk shit behind backs, all of that type of stuff. Like, people, you got to deal, when you sign up for this, just know that you have to have a strong mental fortitude, because if you have a weak mind and a weak mental fortitude and your aura is not intact, you are going to go through mad bouts of depression. You're going to go through a lot of mental anguish. Just saying. You feel me? I'm giving you the forewarning about this field that we're in. That it's so rewarding, you know what I mean? To all, you know what I mean? Like they say, heavy is the head that wears the crown. And there's so much reward in this walk that we're on. And I'm not just talking about people that sit in front of the damn camera all day. I'm talking about those of us who decided to sign up to say, I'm going to kill off the old version of me. I'm going to willingly change my frequency, and I'm going to go through what they call the fire. When you sign up for that journey, just know that that shit is going to come with a lot of tests and whatnot. That's really all it is. There's people appearing as whatever they appear as, but they are only a test to see where you are in your growth and development. If you crash out on yourself, and if you crash out on a troll, and if you fall into somebody's trap and whatnot, then chances are you might have to go back to the drawing board, because you know that you failed your test. You got to have thick skin. You got to know what the bigger picture is and focus on that. And you have to kind of like, in a way, because I'm not going to say this shit and then, you know, consciousness. This is called a conscious community. So consciousness is awareness. So one of the key lessons is what you put your consciousness, what you pay attention to, you give power to. What it is, you know, they say collapsing the wave and all of that stuff. So what you look at, like when I'm driving, if there's an accident, I don't look at it no more. I don't give a fuck if the SWAT was next to me. I'm not looking at them. They don't even exist to me. You feel me? I don't care if they knocking on my window talking about pull. I'm not. You don't even exist in my world. I don't look at no bottleneck accidents, because there was one time where I looked at an accident and it was almost like I had on binoculars. My mind, my eyes went directly to the cadaver, and I looked the fucking dead person right in their eyes. Literally. And I'm driving and I'm like, oh shit, it was a motorcycle accident. And I had to, and I don't look at roadkill. I don't look at accidents. I don't look at if the trolls is trying to do, I'm not even reading certain things. If I start reading some shit and it appears negative, I'm curving it. I'm deleting that shit. I don't want to deal with it. I don't even want it in my psyche. If they got bum fights and people get knocked out, I don't even want to see it. World stars like, yo, somebody got killed at a bar, I'm not pressing play no more. I am not part and parcel to the programming of this negativity. It's real. Ignore shit. Master the art of ignoring it. If they come out with a fitted hat with blinders on it, I'm finna buy it. You know what I'm talking about? I'm finna buy it. Stay out of people's negativity in their business. So, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, we have a treat for you. You already know what we're doing on this Good Monday. You know what I'm talking about? We got all of the announcements out of the way so we could get right to it. All right. So without any further ado, I bring to you none other than my twin brother, Blue Pill, in the building. Peace.
Peace. Peace to the family.
What's good?
What's to you and yours? I'm in the building. I'm in the building. I'm saying?
That's right. You in nature?
Yeah, I'm in nature. If I go if I go live on my IG, is it gonna interrupt what you doing? You on IG too?
No, sir.
All right.
Peace, King Simon. What day you got that live with Simon?
Tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all tune in to King Simon's channel because Blue Pillar is going to be a special guest tomorrow. King Simon
Yes.
has been doing some monumental work on
He
his
has.
channel. Huh?
He has.
He's been doing a good review of the history of consciousness, you know what I mean, by bringing multiple people on his platform and and taking them down memory lane. We went down
Yeah.
memory lane last night on this channel. I got a lot of feedback. You know what I'm
Oh,
talking
you was
about?
on
A lot
there?
of feedback. Yeah, people was feeling that. You know what I mean?
You was on there?
Huh?
You said you was on there last night?
No, I was on my channel.
Oh, on your channel. Okay.
I didn't make it over to King Simon yet. I'm letting all of y'all shoot y'all load. Then I'm gonna pull up and clean up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta let family. I'm on what you call it with Red. I'm on YouTube with Red on Know the Ledger 444. And for the Know the Ledger family, I'm also on IG Live simultaneously because I couldn't waste a fit. I couldn't waste a fit today. I couldn't waste a fit. You know what I'm saying?
Did you take a fit pic yet?
I ain't take a fit pit, but I had, I was posting earlier about the Jesus piece and all of that. And people was really feeling it. Look, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I'm learning
That's
that. It's
right.
really how you package your message. Because when I put out my Ghostface video with the King Son clip, people was in their feelings. Some people was feeling it, but I got a lot of pushback. But thankfully, and this goes to show you that you're not above reproach and you can be corrected because, Big didn't pop off before Ghost with the Jesus piece. And I got
Yeah,
a chronological breakdown, and it was Puerto Rican Jesus out of East New York. And from
I
Puerto
remember
Rican
him.
Jesus, yeah, Lord Finesse. Puerto Rican Jesus, not to be confused with Green Eye Preem. And this is where the conversation, and look, I gotta they say don't take no more subliminals. I ain't being subs. I gotta say names and be direct. I'm taking
Gotta be
direct flights
direct. Yeah.
from here on.
Planets for
So
direct, so you should too.
yeah, it's hella goofy the conversation that people in the community have about attempting to differentiate the beginnings and the origins of hip hop as if to put it in the lap of one group, right? And that group being foundational Black Americans. I don't agree with that narrative. And the reason why is there are iconic figures. Anybody who lived in the tri-state area knows that New York is a melting pot, and it's a melting pot for a reason. And even if you look at the origins of melanated or Black music, and we demonstrated this on the program, right? I've always said that the origins of it are New Orleans, Congo Square. And Congo Square is a testament to the consortium or the Congo or the gumbo that melanated people are. I fucks
Mhm.
with you. Like, let me make a public service announcement. If you are an indigenous people, right? If you are an indigenous people and not even constricted to a pigment,
Right.
you feel me? If you are an indigenous people, I advocate, I fuck with you, and I stand to learn something from you because I have more commonality with you than the colonizer. And that's the point that's being made. That's the line that we have drawn, and that's what I stand on. So I'm like, yeah, and let me show them what indigenous drip looks like, rather than saying, yo, the implementation or the introduction of the Jesus piece signaled the arrival of deaf culture in our society. And the niggas who introduced the Jesus piece was pushing poison in the hood. So I get it. You feel me? But
Right.
hip hop, just like bebop, just like black music, house, and all of that, was a consortium of melanated sounds. Our tonality. It don't matter. You could be from West Bubblefuck, and I could be from East Bubblefuck. When we
Yeah.
start playing that drum, we gonna start hitting a step. We have similarity. We speak rhythm. You know what I'm
Rhythmatic.
saying?
Yo.
We're rhythmatic people. We are diasporically related through the beat and the rhythm. I'm part of the universe. I got melanated form and all of that. That was my last layer of development. I was rhythm first. You know what I'm saying? I'm a beat first. So that's what I connect with. And I don't dig the separation shit. I really don't like it. So yeah, I've been direct. Y'all want me to name names and shit. Look, I shoot the 5. It don't even matter. But I'm not necessarily looking to confront people. I'm just saying, you a bird and I'm not feeling that. What's so wrong with that? You a bird and I'm not feeling that. Like, we ain't got to shoot the 5, but we can, right? But that don't change history. And the fact is, Aboriginal people, indigenous people, and whether you want to call them Puerto Rican, Cuban, everybody, hip hop was gumbo. And it was us extracting style, flair, rhythm, and tone from everything that we absorbed with this melanin. If you put me in an ecosystem, I'm gonna pull from all places and I'm gonna create music. And then you're gonna bring what you got, nigga, and that's called hip hop. So all of this sanitizing hip hop and trying to say that it's this and it's not that, that's for the fucking birds. And I'll be in New York on Thursday, Friday, whoever. Look, I'll be the Parliament on Sunday. I had got, they's like, yo, you got to show your face. But I'm gonna pull up the I'll be on Parliament on Sunday. You feel me? Wherever else I got to be in the city, I'll be there to answer for what I'm saying. And then I'll be out west as well. Line it up if that's what y'all want to see. But that's not gonna change the facts. Feel me?
That's right.
So yeah, I was like, shit, I wanted to put some drip on today. Just to be like, we ain't got to put the Jesus piece on. It's a lot of alternatives for you to express yourself and you for to stand out and for you to show up, right? We got different aspirations. You know what I'm saying? My aspirations have never been and will no longer ever be. It's all about the Benjamins. Cash don't rule everything around me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Indeed.
So it's the creator. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of different motifs that speak to our understanding and admonishment of that creative force. You feel me? And later on, the shit gets hijacked, and you got a bloody Messiah on the cross. 2 signs that represent death. My shit represent resurrection, and I like that. I like how it feels. I like how it looks. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm gonna raise that high. Same way that a nigga would with a diplomat bird. Same way that a nigga would with a dollar bill. Yeah, got that hair
Right.
root, right?
Yeah, just make
Got
sure
that
you
look.
take your drip, your fit pics before the sun go down.
Look,
Come
this
out.
is from the Uri tribe. These are indigenous tribes that are up in the hills of New Mexico. I dare nigga to go and tell them that they're cosplaying and they replace somebody else, and they got they got a 50,000 year history, and they can tell you what quadrant of space you come from. And we got the audacity, because we might believe that we from this landmass. So we talking to all parties that's on this goofy shit.
Right.
We are made up of a spectrum of people, a consortium of people. God is here. And that's who we are. Y'all got all the smoke for everything Aboriginal, everything indigenous that might be stuck in identity politics, but you don't got no smoke for the colonizer. I ain't seen you wash none of them up yet. You feel me? It's the people that this community has ostracized this on Black Twitter, giving these people the business that has created entire culture war because they want to shut you up because they scared of the truth. But it wasn't you niggas. Y'all over here fighting one another. So
Right.
yeah. And yeah, this is Indian silk. This comes from the Indus Kush region, right? Over there in the Indus. This is
Right.
Indian silk. This shit represents Eastern philosophies as well. This comes from this comes from the Himalayas, my nigga. This come from the indigenous native. And if this is you niggas, then why you not do this? Then you lay this shit out. Show me what your art looks like. Because they're telling 50,000, 500,000 year history through their art. They put their culture, they couch their culture back in their art the same way that we did. But we too busy arguing. And we can't see that shit. I'm listening.
I missed the theorem. Did the channel touch on the Choctaw chase on sinners?
Choctaw.
The Choctaw. We did a lecture called Saints and Sinners, which is basically our decoded of the Sinners movie, and we laid a lot of things out in that one. That's almost like, even for tonight, when we, for tonight's replay, we're gonna cover. It's kind of gonna be like we're gonna go over our lecture that we just did with Dr. Wesley, but because it's so related to the sinners, the saints and sinners lecture, it's almost like an addendum to it. They are both connected.
It's so like tonight, a part two.
Yeah, it's a part two tonight. For those who grab it tonight, we're gonna offer Saints and Sinners to anybody that grabs the replay of the lecture that we did on Sunday, which happens to run 8 hours. Yeah, I told myself that it wasn't gonna go that long, but
I asked you.
You did.
Please don't let it go that long, but it did.
You did.
You know what I'm saying?
How many hours did y'all take up?
I took an hour and a half.
Okay.
Purposefully.
Wesley.
So after the fact, and I'm looking at my notes, I'm like, damn, I missed this. I ain't say this. I ain't get. So I wasn't on my long talk. I had all my shit was short URL because I was being protective of everybody else's time. So I'm not saying I'm gonna do my lecture over and add my slides, because when I went back and did my research, right, I was like, damn, I was supposed to do the same thing with the Saints and Sinners lecture. I was supposed to do the longer, and I had to jump right after that, and we announced that we was doing this lecture. So I had to put down the Saints and Sinners lecture and start studying and getting ready for this one. But they go together, like, succinctly. And it even, this lecture super qualifies it. It's like the super study guide to Saints and Sinner, because the origins, of course, is melanated music, and the fact that you are in proximity to real vampires right now that are bloodsuckers off of our blood, sweat, and tears, and our name, image, likeness. Your NIL, like, people running around here to get NIL deal for sports, but the very meaning of you is made in the image of, that is NIL.
Image, likeness.
You was made in the image of name, image, and likeness, right? They tell you that being Christian is being Christ-like. So they tell you that you are in, you have to know him in his name. He said, if you accept me in his name, then you are part and parcel of me. Name, and they said that you was made in the image of, image, likeness, and you can't even see it. It's right there in your face. But you got to talk sports to our people. That's a language that gets over barriers, right? There's no barrier to entry when you speak in language, and there's no barrier to entry when we speak in music, and there's no barrier to entry when we speak in movies, right? So those forms, entertainment bypasses barriers of entry, because you subdue the subconscious, quote unquote, blocks and guardians that you have up. And shout out to I keep on forgetting the brother's name that was on the indigenous brother who was on Brother Rich with Sharif, right?
Yeah.
Una? Yeah. Huh?
Oh no, the brother was with Sharif the other day.
The brother was Sharif the other day, yeah.
I still didn't make it. Somebody said that they fell asleep with an L in their hand to the lecture we was doing. Family.
Yeah, but homie was saying that there's no separation between conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. It's all one, and I agree.
Is it just levels to it?
It has to be, It has to be, you know, the same way that we got two hemispheres of the brain, but based on the wiring, they do, you know, the damn, what's that joint called?
The neuro.
Yeah, I'm stuck again. I'm tapping into my Indus Kush bag. Some pinga the wait. Yeah, I'm stuck in my word soup right now.
Did you
But anyway,
hear the news that they said that Ryan Coogler turned down the sequel, and then Warner Brothers are trying to go ahead with it?
yeah.
Is that true? Could we get a verified? What the helly?
Yeah, we can definitely look to get that verified because I'm also yeah, the ping not the Pingala. It's the two energy centers to go right and left, y'all. I'm just getting tripped up on the words, but it'll pop in a minute.
The Ida and the Pingala.
Yeah, Ida and Pingala, right? And then that middle path, you know, that center, that Darth. You
Right.
feel me? One is feminine, one is masculine, and they cross. You know, it's the symbol that they show you that the medical staff is for. The Rockefeller jacked and jerked. So yeah, you know, yeah, so there's aspects that I believe, you know, that our consciousness, those different attributes, but it's one thing. Everything is one, you know, it's all one. So we overcomplicate it with all of this extra verbiage and these words and everything. Wow, I just seen my I have like a insect totem. It's a white spider.
Right.
Yeah, it's with me right now. So that means I'm lit, right? This universe is like, talk that shit. Look, you ready? Because I'm gonna just be talking if not. But and not over talking. That's the importance. If you got something to say, I'm gonna say it, right? If you got
You got
something
your
to
sign
say,
with
say it.
you? I didn't see a sign on you. You just got your
I
finger.
I was gonna bring my sign, and I was like, you know what? I think that I've learned enough at this point. I'm a little bit more disciplined.
I'll
Let's
play
see
a
if I
song
got
while
it
you
right
go
now.
get it.
Okay, so I'm gonna need my sign.
Huh?
Now, wait,
Huh?
I don't need the sign. I just need something that resembles it right now.
Nah, you
And
need the sign.
I need the sign.
Yeah. And are you okay with those bugs? Like, is there something that I need? Because I could get in the Uber and come in because you looking around like homie from like one of them niggas that escaped in New Orleans. Like the bugs coming to get you. But yeah, if they are going ahead to do a sequel of Sinners without Ryan Coogler, we're not supporting that. We're not supporting that one bit. Like I don't even want to chance it.
Yeah, but where they said, remember they said something was coming out that's animated, an animated prequel. Oh, that's Wakanda.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, the Wakanda thing. You know?
so yeah,
You
they
all right
coming
with
out.
them? I meant to ask you okay with them bugs? Cause I could come through. Um, I got some spray and whatnot because you looking around like homies in New Orleans be looking around that was that just escaped out of the jail. Like, are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm one with the
If if
bugs.
if there's a bug in front of you, just wink, my nigga. If you're being held up by a bug, just wink on the left eye, and we will send reinforcements.
Nah, me and the bugs, we good. I
Okay,
just
cause
don't. Yeah, the mosquitoes when they violate, it's like, come on, fam. I'm
oh
letting you
yeah, they
live. You
do
don't gotta try to
violate.
bite me and all that. Yeah,
They'll land on your face while you doing your talk.
yeah. So that part, you know, we ain't doing that. But for the other ones, I let them live. You know what I'm saying? We got a good
That.
relationship, and we stay out of one another's way. So I put the post up on my page, you know, the YouTube fam can't see it, but I was really gonna do a deep dive and go into my bag today about this signal that's coming from the universe that hits every 44 minutes. And, you know, it's the same old overdrawn conversation that it's like, fam, you know, like I gotta over explain and continuously over explain myself. I've been telling y'all this since 2009 and really consecrated it in 2010 that I have convos with the cosmos, and we write the narrative and the script of this entire galaxy. And that's not being big headed. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
All
like,
right.
damn, how many more times can we show and prove? Go look up John 4:44. A prophet is never loved in his own home. So I'm just at this point, it's like, huh? It's like whatever. Like, all right, y'all sending me stuff that I already told you 10 years ago to confirm what I already told you, but then you want me to explain it? It's like, nah, fam. They telling you what I already told you. You should want to
Right.
know how I know, because I already told you how I know. Go figure it out. And I'm not saying on some facetious shit. I'm like, I've explained the methodology. You will want to research it for yourself so you can have a convo with the cosmos and get the downloads and be able to interpret, you know, that's an unadulterated truth. The rest of the shit that's going on this planet is so subjective, because it's like, yeah, numbers don't lie. Yeah, I'm with King Simon. Numerovation. Like we stick to the math. I ain't got to prove nothing to you. You still believe that 1 + 1 is 2. And Terrence Howard told you this.
The Terrence. Listen to Terrence, niggas. Did you listen to Terrence?
Did you listen to Terrence?
Did you listen to
But
Terrence?
yeah, that was an amazing lecture webinar. And I overheard you saying, you know, we both, and I opened up my presentation and said we both were waiting for the honor of sharing a platform with the esteemed, preeminent scholar of our day and ages, and that is Dr. Wesley Muhammad.
Yeah. A long time
You know
coming,
what I'm
you know.
saying? Hmm?
And he reminded me that we did something in Baltimore. I completely forgot about that. That was
Yeah,
you
I
wasn't there
remember
for
that.
that. That was in
I wanted
2019.
to, yeah, I wanted to pull up to that. That was in 2019. And I do remember, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I had a series, it was a series of lectures right after that. It was leading up to the end of the year, and that's when I made my move down here. I remember we did 2 lectures in New York. I think there was one with Billy Carson, and then right after that, it was the vaccine lecture when the Goofies in Harlem was pro-vaccine, pro-Jabbington. I remember that, and I
Yeah.
was like, I got to get out of here because this psyops is now it's hitting. It's way too close to home. And I Ben was telling you, and y'all told me to name names, and yo, King Simon, you're gonna
Get just work. I seen
King
Brother Ark
Simon,
at the at Malcolm X Fest too. He had a
King
booth.
Simon, you're gonna be able to clip that episode up and get some viral joints out because I'm going crazy.
We need some clip farmers.
Yeah, I'm telling
Are
my
we doing
story.
Nicholas Brooklyn?
I'm
Yes.
naming
Let me put the
names.
flyer up. Family, don't judge me. I don't know who these 2 people in the flyer is. Real quick. I need everybody in the audience tell me who these niggas look like. So Prince Paul, we got Prince Paul over there with the hat on. We got Star and Buckwild.
Oh man, bro.
He said Tahuti and that. Charleston Off-White. We got Unk 607.
I like that. I like that. Niggas said Charleston off white. I like that. Yo, that's a slap. Fire. Wagwan fire vibes. Yo, there was a great reception to that More Fire. People want that More Fire Fridays back. Fire vibes. You still spinning that voodoo on Fridays? What you doing? Because we're gonna need you on a Friday evening so we could bring this blog talk flavor back via, you know, whatever new channel that we got. We might even do it through Yapit or something. But we gotta bring that we gotta bring the More Fire Fridays back because people want them bars. Seasons is back. I've been watching them sincere freestyles with all of the battle rappers freestyling over a beat.
Yeah.
I still say it, man. K-Shine is one of the nicest. I seen him eat.
The Red Bull Locks freestyle?
Yeah. I seen Styles eat.
That's
and I'm not saying the rest of it. Huh?
That's Lyric. She's the producer.
Word.
Yeah, she's the one putting all that together.
Oh, shout out to Lyric. We got to holler at her.
Yeah.
Right?
So, real quick, family, next Monday in Brooklyn.
In BK.
Kings County, a.k.a. Kings County, right? Right in Bed-Stuy, to be exact. We are going to be bringing this energy back home to the city, to the town. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm bringing that drip. I'm bringing that drip back. I'm bringing that drip back to the city, fam. Bringing all my jewels with me. So we're going to be real drippy on Fulton Ave. Talking crazy.
I'm gonna have a lot of the clothes. I'm loading up. I'm coming with 2 suitcases.
And we'll literally be around the corner from where we grew up in Bed-Stuy, with all of this narratives, all the shit that we told you that we was like right in the front to see all this shit with Big and Junior Mafia and all of that. Matter of fact, I'm even bringing Junior Mafia out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring some JM to the show and all that. So
all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a whole front row audience that's gonna co-sign everything that's being said because we talk crazy. I make the most audacious of claims, but God, I'll be damned if I don't have them witnesses.
Saturday, y'all. July. Oh no, not July. It's a typo. Damn. But it's Saturday. Huh?
You just caught you got a typo?
Yeah. I'm gonna clean it up.
I like that joint. Yeah, clean it up. But Saturday, June 28th, we are going back to Stone Mountain in all of our glory, family. The return to Crystal Mountain is upon us. I don't want to hear no fear campaign, right?
I didn't know. When was y'all doing there? That's what people be like.
I don't want to hear none of the campaigns, and no disrespect to nobody. If you harbor in fear, that's on you. And we're gonna have an Amma at the bottom of the mountain so she could give niggas hugs. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas need a hug at this point, and it's understood. It's understood, right? We have to be more comforting as a community and more confirming as a community, and we really got to stand in our conviction. And if anybody expresses fear to me, that tells me that you're not in contact with the God inside of you, and you shouldn't come outside. You still got work to do, right? So we're requesting those who have done the work and are ready to bring, you know, their repair vessels together with others so we can resonate a frequency and we can create a resonance, an oscillation that can change our environment on the top of a crystal. When we really, as a people, should be in business, no holds barred right now. That's who needs to come. For those that are scared and not quite sure, like I said, we'll have something at the base of the mountain to coddle your fears and to help you along the way, right? But do not bring your fears and concerns there, because we have already and we will implement every necessary security protocol needed and necessary to make sure, because there are going to be women and children there. So straight off the break, straight off the top, is nobody's going to allow that to go down, right? And I also had to iterate that for 30 years of doing events in this community and inside of even other communities, right, been incident free. Nothing has followed us. in form of, right? Yeah, there have been creeps amongst the crowd. There have been wolves amongst the sheep and what have you, but there's nothing been outright in terms of outward transgression and disrespect. You know what I mean? Because y'all believe the lies and shit. They've been so well with hiding this shit. They've been able to finesse y'all and be like, that wasn't me. That's how good they've been on their behavior that you can't tell the difference. So let's not pretend like our community or anything that we've been involved with, right? And we've been niggas sticking our necks out like fucking giraffes on both sides, nigga, in the underworld and the overworld. And I get to flex because I'm still alive after my underworld dealings, my nigga. All my beef dead from Sheepshead, right? And I could be a arrogant motherfucker and thumb my nose and get on the mural wall and talk about all of my ops that ain't here. I could do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that, right? Yeah. So this is me in my mature phase. This is maturation. Because I left all of that stuff behind. I ain't get on these motherfucking platforms and tell you that part of the story. So let's have respect for ourselves. Let's have respect for the things that we say that we are and the things that we say about ourselves. Let's have respect for the strength of community. Let's have respect for our ancestors, right? Let's have respect for the fact that if you know that you stepping in providence, you know, no weapon form. Like, where we at with this?
Right. No weapon form, man. So
June 28th.
With that being said, June the 28th. Let me put this new flyer up because we live in a day and time where you could correct things real quick. You know what I mean? We went ahead and fixed that.
Right. My approach would be saying that I'm going to take security protocol as if my newborn and my mom is there, right? That's how I'm treating our safety and your safety. Those are the steps that would be taken to make sure that the only thing that you have to do is worry about your comfort and be concerned with the fact that you can let go of all of the anxiety and everything else that you've been holding on to because you're amongst family and community, right? And open hands only can receive. So you got to let go in order to take in your blessings. Feel me? Don't let nobody block you from your blessings, y'all.
Hell no. Hell to the no. So check it out, family. Stone Mountain, Saturday, June the 28th. All right. Stone Mountain. We're going to be meeting up at 5:44 a.m. and then we're going up the mountain. And we'll be up there for a nice amount of time. The day before that, we're going to be having a meet and greet at the bookstore. And then that Sunday, we're going to be having some workshops and whatnot, where we're going to bring some of the master teachers together to teach the people. And then that Saturday night, after the mountain is 5:44, later on that night, me and Blue Pillar will revive our roles as Smoke and Stack. And we're going to be bringing the juke joint to y'all. Don't tell nobody. So that whole strong end. Yeah, that whole strong end. And this is the official, this is going to be official merch right here. This will be on t-shirts. When y'all come to the meet and greet, y'all be able to get your shirts. Y'all be able to get your drip. We want to go up that mountain in unison because uniformity is unity.
Right.
You know what I mean?
My request, I'm putting it out here and I'm going to follow it up. I want Vicky Dillard to join me on Sunday morning as we do a mineral ministry. You feel me? Where I can let her get into, you know, her bag.
Her bag,
you feel
right?
Because she's a whole ministress, right?
Right.
I'm gonna let her get into her prophetess bag, and Pope Pablo gonna do what Pope Pablo do, but we either gonna do it in the forest because I got a few spots out here that are set up as outdoor congregations and things of that nature, or we'll announce where that's gonna go down. We could even do it off the balcony.
He did a Stone Mountain amount. He might be primetime security from where the feds.
No. What they said?
Grandmaster Jay did a Stone Mountain. Fam, you a
Well,
little bit
Grandmaster Jay went. Grandmaster they went to the mountain on July 4th of 2020, right? Just like
right.
Grandmaster Jay pops up, the very first time they made their appearance was the day after me, Keys, and Queen Yanazda and a few others. We went out to where Aubrey, what's the brother's name?
The dude that
Yeah,
got
the brother
killed
that got massacred
on a
in
jogging
Brunswick,
thing.
I
He
believe
was jogging.
Brunswick, Georgia. Yeah, we shut down the city hall. They was trying to coddle the sheriff, and we walked up in there and shut that shit down. And then once again, and then we went to the site of the actual situation. And some brothers that was in military, they was Marines, they came down and held us down, you know what I mean, with the ammo and the artillery. We was like, well, yeah, Ahmaud Arbery, we ain't need all that. And we don't be needing that. And then the next day, they came out there, and that's when he made himself known. You feel me? But homie took a
Right.
shot before, so I don't be co-signing him because he still got to answer for the whack shit that he did. Him and people in that organization, they was moving like they was a psyops, and then they got packed up. So
Right.
yeah, I remember, they did the demonstration July 4th, 2020.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
he's doing
saying?
7 years right now.
But I'm like,
He's doing
yeah,
7 years right now.
shout out to him.
Unfortunately, you know, they got
Shout
they
out to
got
him.
they
And
put
and
him down.
and again,
Um,
I have friends and family that, are responsible for advocating for that man, that are part of his they're his staunchest supporters. So I, again, not flying sideways and talking crazy. I'm just telling you what time it is. I ain't telling you nothing that he won't know.
facts.
Just not keeping none of this shit in my back pocket no more. Because they want me to fly direct in public. I'm like, all right. Don't say niggas is being messy. It's just no secrets no more.
I want to take a poll from the family real quick, and also, there was questions about the Stone Mountain body, right? There was a report that came out yesterday that a European was found on Stone Mountain, and they were emulsified, burnt. There's a burnt body, a burnt offering
It was a
on
burnt
Stone
offering.
Mountain, and they said it was a suicide. Now, a few months ago, there were two twins that were found on another mountain. It's not Stone Mountain. It's a sister mountain. But if anybody ever reached the summit of Stone Mountain and did a 360 spin, you would be able to see that the Stone Mountain is a center point of multiple mountains that move around it and whatnot. So one of those mountains that you can see from Stone Mountain is the mountain where they found two melanated twins. They were 19 years old and they were both deceased. Okay. And they were in what is known as a sundown town. The story is wacky. It doesn't make any sense. It screams of abduction. It screams of some type of cover up. And, the power of the Abeji and whatnot. I'm sure that the truth will eventually come out about what took place. However, as it stands now, they are ruling it what is known as a double homicide. And that's a crock of shit.
Right, a double suicide, they're calling it.
Double suicide, I'm sorry. And they desecrated their images. The fact that we know it's a ritual is because they arrested a firefighter who basically took pictures of their cadavers.
The deceased body, they were spreading it. Oh.
Same thing they did to Kobe. Go ahead.
Yeah. Coincidentally enough, right? Because remember, during our ascension on the mountain on 9/11, we famously did one of the most energy resonating ceremonies up there of our entire ceremony. And the contrast was the fire department was celebrating or honoring, commemorating the 343 officers that they lost. And they tried to put them bagpipes on us, and we shut that shit down. And it was almost like it was an energy battle, because when we came down the mountain, every single one of them was laid out on the side of the mountain like they got hit by an EMP. Like an energy bomb just came and just vanquished them. Like, they, when I say wore out, I mean, family, they was like giving them CPR type shit. And we couldn't explain it, but we was all in our glory. People were running down, jumping down. The children were doing somersaults and backflips. And the contrast on the side, you know, these people were vanquished. They was just defeated and finished. And we was giving them some salams and some energy to pick them up, but they was too far gone. And I'm saying all that to say that, and then we find that there seems to be always, you know, like the people that are responsible for emergency relief that are masquerading as KKK supremacists or domestic terrorists.
Yeah, like first responders.
The first responders are always the ones that are the go-betweens that catch these images of our people and violate them. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that be masquerading or what have you. And that's not a blanket indictment on all quote unquote emergency responders or that particular faculty, but y'all just don't be knowing, you know, who these people are and what their true intent is. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it just whatever. And I can't even get into that, but may them brothers, you know, may the truth about what happened to them brothers on the mountain may it come to fullness and fruition. And this is the reason that I said that our people are more transfixed by entertainment. They'll celebrate a smoke and a stack, right? But again, you know, won't have that same energy for real twins that are really out there fighting vampires or ones that get bitten by them, right? Or the home of blues itself, Memphis, that's fighting a real vampire in the form of Elon Musk, who has the data center out there destroying the people by polluting the air, right? With no permits, just totally out of pocket in the backyard of the home of blues. So we would be like, wow, that's who we are. That's where we from. That's the power we got. And it really do nothing to, in real life, right, to claim that power. And then when things happen that are on the plane of the mystic, we say a white girl, no. We say a ginger top like Annabelle did it. And then open the door and allow all of the ginger tops in. And you just came from the goddamn movie and they was telling you about the Irish. And again, it's not a blanket statement or an indictment on the Irish. They just like, damn, do your homework. You just can't invite everybody in and you can't throw all your power away. Like, who are you?
So, like you said, immediately after watching a movie where they said don't invite them to the barbecue, you got washed for doing that. The trend on Twitter was gingers are black. Gingers are the Irish, bro. The damn move, like our people. This whole thing about the CIA being a this shit really got legs. Like the movie literally showed you the mistake that y'all made. Oh, because the whole thing about gingers is how much like us they are. And then the movie Sinners was showing you, yes, even though they were much like you, they're not like you. They have nothing to do with you. Until somebody from Ireland admits what they did to the Twa, y'all can't even talk to me. Until y'all admit what y'all did to the Twa with St. Patrick's, until y'all denounce St. Patrick's, y'all not black.
How about that?
Not even y'all not invited to the barbecue. You're not even invited to goddamn Costco's, nigga, to get the stuff for the barbecues. You can't even pick me up in an Uber. talking about gingers is black. You didn't watch the movie? What are you doing? Y'all, no wonder Ryan Coogler don't want to do part 2. He's finished with y'all. Just want to be entertained.
Yeah. Are they O positive or O negative? What we talking about? What we
What we
doing?
talking about? Yeah.
And again, because the whole thing is about stop taking things on the surface. You cannot decipher what is the blood, right? What's the blood? How does the blood connect? Are you doing swaps? Who are these people? You can't tell because they're passing. So stop using the outer shell as a metric, my
As
nigga.
a metric,
And this
right?
is the whole aspect of, what you think black devils don't exist? If they tell you that the devil was grafted from you, nigga, what did you graft from then?
Right.
Let's use
Is it a
logic.
Petri dish or something? Let's get into some information because I literally have 30 minutes left, right?
Let's do it. Me too. Let's go.
But before we get into that, real quick, I want to take a poll. This is for the merch for the Stone Mountain, y'all. Give me 1, 2, or 3, which y'all want us, what's more lit. For all of my Steve, what's his name called? Stone Cold Steve Austin fans. We took the Stone Cold and flipped it, right? So this gonna be on the back of the t-shirts. So y'all like this one? This is all crystal, red diamonds and stuff. Stone Mountain. You like this one? Or you like this one? That's that's 3 right there. Huh?
Why is there skulls period involved? I don't understand.
Because it's a flip on Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's a flip on his logo.
I'm not a fan. I don't know nothing about
It's
that.
not for you. It's for the audience. It's for the people in the audience. It's not. Don't take it personal. Which one?
I'm
1, 2, or 3, y'all. Let me know. And then we're gonna get into this conversation about. Are you familiar with the story on the updated story on Desiree Perez?
The update that I have, yeah, I mean, I heard some things today. I heard that Jay-Z was included in the indictment to some degree, and that she got removed as CEO. But anything else, I'm not privy to, and I'm open to hearing what's going on.
Can you because I heard some similar reports. I went looking for a solidified certification that she stepped down or that she got removed. I know that they were saying that they were. I know that we brought that up yesterday that they will remove her. I just don't know if they did that yet.
Okay.
You're not sure?
I'm Googling it.
Oh, right. Yeah, so that's interesting. If y'all did not see the story, we went and clipped the story. It's on the YouTube, so when this show goes off, you could go and check it out. It's about 30 minutes. The title is Rock Nation is Cooked. Huh? I usually don't like getting into the pettiness of it.
Yeah. This ain't petty.
This ain't petty. Yeah, this ain't
petty.
Smoking
gun.
This is
a smoking gun.
Yeah, this one right here.
We were saying that the other foot has to drop. Right? This blows everything out the water because it ties everything together. Let me remind you. Well, let me get in my Tory Lane's father. Rock Nation!
Rock Nation!
Rock Nation! So we ain't gonna go into the Tory bag.
Right.
Yo, did you know that Tory named himself after Notorious? And he said that he was tucking Daystar because he wasn't ready for the responsibilities of that black messianic name?
No.
Bro.
Where'd you see that at?
On Breakfast Club. Tory Lane said his name Tory is short for notorious, paying homage to B.I.G. Bro, I be tying all this shit together. That's why I said I gotta go full-fledged and just turn this into a short movie or something. But Tory Lanez, who's Daystar, said, look, I know what my name means. Remember, his father got it from 2 Peters, and the girl's name is Peter. His name is Peterson.
He's Peterson, Peter's son.
He said, yeah, from 2 Peter, right? It's a part of scripture. He said his father got the whole scripture Day Son. I read it. There was a Day Son script yesterday that coincides with the 6-1 reading that I did in the Moorish Circle 7. Right, they speak about Day Son there. But Day Son comes out the book. I mean, Day Star. I keep saying Day Son. His
And his
father's
dad
name
is
is
Sunstar.
Sunstar, right? So Sunstar came out with a book in 2020 about the plan to save Black America. When his son was doing Club Quarantine, Sunstar was talking about saving
Saving
Black
Black
America.
America.
That's a whole nother story, right? Because Daystar said, look, I'm not going to use my name Daystar until I'm ready to go into my messianic bag,
Right.
right? Of what the name means. Until then, he's playing, right? Playing that double trope. I'm playing notorious. I'm going to be, you feel me? Because Daystar also means the Lucifer and Jesus both split the designation of the morning star. That is what Daystar is. You
Right.
understand? How etymologically I keep showing you that Lucifer and Jesus both equal 444, right?
Right.
It's the same shit when you understand that they're both Daystar. So he's in his lower Daystar bag, right? He goes through the quote unquote the ceremony in the underworld of getting stabbed 14 times. That's the Osorian ritual. You understand?
Right.
You understand, D? So we seem to forget. And I'm a quote from the article. Why did Rock Nation CEO Desiree Perez receive a Trump pardon?
Right. Yeah, she got the Trump pardon.
So this is a criminal that this nigga has released, right? Via his pardon of him having a sweet spot for gangsters.
Right.
You understand? In the days before outgoing President Trump finally revealed his long list of last-minute pardons, this was from 2021, y'all.
His first
Commutation at around 1 a.m. on Wednesday, several names of the entertainment world have been mentioned as likely candidates. Some accurate rappers, Lil Wayne and Kodak Black, right? Harry O, right? They thought that it would be Giuliani, but he threw in quote unquote Desiree Perez, the CEO of Rock Nation, and he was cosplaying. They were cosplaying at the same time that he was beefing with Jay, because Jay was what? Or was this the campaign when Jay sat out and didn't campaign for the Democrats? I think the
that was
I
the
don't
one
think
that
that,
he didn't participate.
yeah,
That's 2020. They didn't step into
that's
that.
he didn't step into that because they were utilizing crony capitalism, you know what I'm saying, to get Trump to quote unquote pardon, right? But then they
Desiree.
activate Meg as right a main agent in the Biden campaign against Trump, right?
Right.
And
Because
he's going
look,
after this nigga's wife. So
right. She couldn't be
mm,
CEO until she got pardoned.
uh,
She couldn't get into that power position until she got the pardon. They couldn't sit with the NFL with a
right,
CEO that had a damn RICO damn near
Rico on her,
felonies and
right?
stuff.
So not only did she cooperate with the feds, because that's well known and documented that she was an informant, she was a federal informant. This is not conjecture. There's documented proof of this. She's a federal informant. She received a Trump pardon, right? And based on what this indictment said about how she was not only what she did to her daughter got the receipts on what she was doing on behalf of Rock Nation. Like, you know how Diddy went and they said and did the work on Kid Cudi, right? Like literally put the gloves on themselves and went and did it. This is
Right.
the shit that they saying that the CEO of this corporation herself was putting in the work and falsifying the evidence, and caught on tape saying that she got the popo in the bag, same way Diddy did.
Right.
Yeah, this shit crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's
And
all
we
the
already
same.
know her New York backgrounds, that she came home from the feds. They put her in charge of 4040 because of her relationship with OG Wan. So I'm like, if and not to
Right.
be, again, not to be colluding and not to be dry snitching,
Or doing a
right?
job for the boys.
Or doing the job for the boys. But if you're talking about a RICO, if you're talking about racketeer, any of that, like how can Jigga Man openly involved himself with somebody who NYPD had to know. And I ain't talking about Desiree Perez. We're talking about OG Juan,
Right, the brick man.
the brick man. So how you openly engage in business with a known supplier of wholesale narcotics, but you get to champion and campaign for the mayor, not even the president, for the mayor of New York, what he did for
Right,
Bloomberg. Bro,
right.
it's all gonna come tumbling, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all gonna come again. What we talking about, that 6-point energy, that 6 guard energy. Then you see how 6 guard comes right back in during the beginning of the 6th month, right? And then it's going to deal with Crip energy. It's going to deal with Democrat energy. It's going to deal with Catholic, Christian, and Judaic. Everything that resonates with the energy of the 6. You're
Talk
going to
about the
see the
UMG lawsuit with Drake versus Kendrick
so
in the clips.
so a GQ report came. I mean, a GQ interview today came out with clips, right? Pusha T and his brother Malice, and they're
Malice.
returning for the music game on. They're coming back with an album on 7/11, and he's gonna be the hitter that does to Lil Wayne this time what Kendrick did to quote unquote Drake last year,
Right,
right?
right,
He's coming to finish off what he started and talking about getting the cancer out of the culture. Cancer, right?
right.
Where's the
That's what he
origin
said out of
point
his
of this
mouth.
cancer? He did not say it out of his mouth, but this is what they're speaking on, right? This is the crusade that him and his brother is on. It's very
Okay,
clear what their intentions are. And Rock Marchman heard the album, so this is the verbiage. This is how he is packaged and presenting what this crusade entails. Okay,
right, right,
so his album was ready last year for release, right? And again, as we spoke about in election, as you and Wesley so wisely demonstrated, the hierarchy of these companies. So Def Jam was under UMG, right? Um, Pusha was originally signed to Def Jam, so he got the Clips over there as a group to get signed. Album was finished, they turned it in. They were super proud of the album. They thought they was ready to go. A request came from the higher ups, change your lyrics, right?
read the
Not
lyrics.
him.
Read the
They said tell Kendrick he has to change, he has to edit, he has to censor himself. They said they wanted to censor the quote unquote the guest appearance that they had. Then they came back and said, just based on the optics alone, they said not even the lyrics, the optics of two of Drake's at the time, their number one artist, their cash crop, you know what I'm saying? Their GOAT, the optics of two people that had washed him getting on an album to wash him up again. I think that they was at this time they knew about the lawsuit because they was concerned about stirring the pot. They was like,
right,
yeah, that puts us in a precarious position because of this lawsuit that we're in with Homie. So Homie's trying to scrub hip hop ever from beef again, right?
right,
Where if that litigation goes through and there's again the culpability factor of a record label to protect their artists from another artist, right? They said either it gets censored or we're gonna shelve it. So he had to he had to figure out some maneuvers, and he got himself dropped and they dropped the clips, right? I guess he started that whole shopping, I'm a free agent. And in Rock
right.
Nation, once again, of all
Rock
people,
Nation,
Rock
out of all
Nation,
people. Yeah,
yeah,
they
Jigga
grabbed
Man
him.
with the gripe, right? Jigga Man with the gripe, right? Almost like Hove would do. And when I read when I do Mineral Ministry Sunday service, Jehovah in the Bible is always empowering the ops of the Israelites when they out of pocket. Anytime that they do something or their faith in him wavers, he goes and empowers their ops, gives them almost like some Ukraine shit, right? He gives them the advanced artillery and they set it off on his children and get them back in pocket, right? Smack them up again, remind them that they need me, right? because God is a needy nigga. He needs to be needed. Without need, right? If you change the variables where he don't need, if they automate food, God is finished. God is finished. There's no need for God. They can body him and get him out the way. AI is the biggest threat to him because of automation.
Remember,
If there's no variability in life, you don't need God no more.
remember, Friedrich Nietzsche said that God is dead.
God exists in the chaos, right?
Right.
He exists when your shit ain't on. So that's the game in the Old Testament that he plays with his own children. He empowers the Babylonians. He empowered the Philistine. He empowered everybody that was their op to get strong so they could come back to him on some whole shit. And then he cut off, right, the people that he empowered the first time. He pulled a plug on them. He double crossed. He's
right.
a double triple cross. Yeah, he backdoors. He's a quadruple agent like Elon Musk.
All right, real quick, because we're doing speed dating right now. We gonna hit and go. The big music, or the music moguls, or the music labels, the big three, in negotiation with big tech AI to sell the catalogs. Did you hear about it?
I did. I didn't deep dive on it, but I read it. It all coincides. What we talking about. They know that we come in with the plan, and they wanna hammer down another layer of slavery. They wanna hammer down, a extra layer of slavery for the artists. Let's see if we already caught the catalogs. Let's catch the dummies. Let's close this thing up once and for all.
Right.
And again, because AI is on our heels, so we got to pivot. You know what I'm saying? We got to pivot. Why do people think that they bought the catalogs from the artists and bought the rights to the catalog? But once again, this all goes back to publishing. That's all people talking about now is publishing and copyright. Right?
Right.
That's it. So they're like, yeah, we own that. And now we're going to sell it to the AI generation firms that's going to make this music. And we're going to make the bread. We already bought the artists out.
Right, because it points to that whole trend where everybody was selling a catalog a few years ago.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
If anybody remembers, this play, they already did this play before. This similar play was done in streaming, because when the earlier days of streaming, they were buying out. I believe they sold the rights to iTunes. Was able to buy up.
Absolutely. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that? And that was right after Napster. So
right after
what
Napster.
Did they do? When you come with a superior model, they demonize it, criminalize it, get you to back up off it, clone the whole thing, put an extra layer on top of it where it's centralized, you know what I'm saying? And then introduce it to the public for a jack budget. That's what they did with street.
Right. That's how Spotify. And I read the Spotify article. Spotify was losing money for about 15 to 20 years. They turned a profit in 2024. And
just
boy, did they turn a profit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they turned the hell of profit.
And then we also have to research the Great Fire of 2008 when they burnt up all of the masters and that suspicious ass fire that they had.
Warner Brothers.
They were storing $1 billion worth of IP in a goddamn warehouse.
Warehouse. Flammable.
Right? Flammable, right? So the AI is somebody said AI cannot do live concerts. No, what's taking place that you're about to find out is they're selling all of this likeness. If you see what Google is doing with VO3 and everything, if you see the advancement in AI, I'm about to talk about this tonight with Rich. They're going to give you the opportunity to make a song with Tupac. You just gonna have to pay the same amount of money that you probably would have had to pay him when he was alive for that quote unquote feature. But it will be so lifelike and so Tupac-like that your ass might be able to go quadruple platinum. Go ahead.
Perform with him It's not just about making the song with him, it's being able to perform with him. The person who said that just is not abreast of the technology that's available and this coming. Holograms will have you performing with your artists. The artists are going on concerts now and not performing anyway now. They're
Right.
standing stiff as a mannequin. The AI can outdo them. They have all of this light refraction. This is not the Tupac hologram from back in the day at Coachella.
Right.
And that even worked for some people. What was that, 2012?
That
What do
was
you
a
think that
minute
they
ago.
had with it now, family? Huh?
It
That
was
was
a
a
minute
minute
ago.
ago.
Facts.
They're on top of their AI hologram cloning technology. You will think that those artists are who you think those artists are, and you'll be able to feel it. It's about sentience, right? If you get an immersive experience and you feel it, that's all they're going for. Because
Right.
once you create a dopamine receptor and a memory that says that, oh, I felt it and it's real,
Then it's
game
real.
done. It's
Right.
real. So
Real.
I don't think the world knows where the quote unquote, again, for lack of a better term, consciousness is going, and it's going so it again, the Western world don't have a definition for this amorphous term, and they already are attempting to 2.0 it before you even get to sit with the definition of it. Same thing with intelligence. They're telling you that there's artificial intelligence, but they have not supplied you with a definition yet of what intelligence is. The Western world can't do that because they don't acknowledge the right hemisphere of the brain, which connects to the Eastern hemisphere of the planet, which attached to Eastern philosophies that they told you guys was pagan, heretical, right? And everything that you can't be in order to be Christian.
Right.
So they can't mix both.
Right.
And it's weird because again, they got science over here, which is its own religion, and then they got this bootleg version of Christianity, this Christendom or dominionism that they're pushing down your throat. Pause.
That's a great segue, Blue. Family. Me and this
Yeah, I
good
got to
brother
go.
have an 8-hour lecture that we just
8
did
hours.
with the
Yeah.
good brother Dr. Wesley Muhammad. Here's a few clips of it. Right, we're gonna run. You know what I mean? It's 8 hours. It is available.
Right. This is the guy that we can identify to say, yeah, guys, this was the hip hop.
What up?
Got to go.
You gotta go.
No, I on IG. But yeah,
Okay.
remember, I got a hard 7 o'clock stop because I got to do this VR bill.
Yeah, and I gotta do a 7 o'clock show too.
Hyper. So yeah, it's 7 o'clock.
Of people behind the curtain that is hip hop? Yes, of course. Okay, and having a guy like Jay-Z answering into one of my guys, okay? Some of the reasons
Medical morgue, right? So the head of the morgue in Harvard recently pleaded guilty for trafficking human remains, right? But the clients, it came out in the trial that they were selling body parts to the same type of people that do art, the same things that she's doing, right? You see that they doing these exhibits with the babies and whatnot. You see the shit that she's doing right there with the bodies and whatnot. And then you see the surrealist ball with the babies and whatnot, right?
You know, the Saints supposed to be.
Perez is went in, right? The era that so many are talking about. This is it in living color. This is it in Technicolor. This is the Technicolor that Liar Cohen was talking about. This is the shit that was inundating big TV screens all around the world and whatnot. Okay? This is what people were like, yo, I want to be a hip hop. I want to get into hip hop. This shit right here. So yeah, claimed to 8 hours. Darker.
Lot of
We
encouragement.
cover multiple topics.
Yeah.
It's your smorgasbord of research.
Doug would have recommend
So
after
please, if you don't do anything,
that's gonna
make sure you go and grab that. And for tonight and tonight only, I'm going to be throwing in the lecture that we just did, Saints and Sinners. That will be included in the deal. Saints and sinners, we're throwing that in. So please take advantage of that. That's for today and today only. Tomorrow in Atlanta, I'm going to be with the good brother Spin City. Make sure y'all in the building. This is IRL. This is in real life at the bookstore, 488 Edgewood. If you're in Atlanta, if you come into Atlanta, come and pull up. We will be there from the hours of 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Spin City and Brother Red Pill. Let's look at the commercial.
ATL family, the Top Tech brothers Red Pillar and Spin City will be in living color. Peace ATL family, the Top Tech brothers Red Pillar and Spin City will be in living color.
488 Edgewood Ave.
Techno Tuesdays in real life.
That's tomorrow. Make sure y'all in the building. All of my techies, all of my nerds, all of my blurs and whatnot. Techno Tuesdays. We're going to be vibe coding. We're going to be doing a free AI masterclass. So make sure y'all are in the building with Spin City and Red Pill in real time, in real life, tomorrow at the bookstore. All right. And then after that, next Monday, Melanin Mondays IRL Brooklyn at at Nicholas Bookstore in Brooklyn, IRL. We're going to be in New York City, Brooklyn, June 9th, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. as well. Make sure y'all there for that. All right. And tonight, I'm going to be on the Good Brother Do the Knowledge Radio. That's going to be right now at 7 p.m. I will be there, and then I'll be on Brother Rich's channel at 9 p.m. Once again, I want y'all to vote. These are the t-shirt designs. Well, this is the flyer for Stone Mountain. We'll be on Stone Mountain on the 28th of June, right? So this is the 1, 2, 3. Let me know which one y'all think is a good t-shirt design. This is one, right? And Blue Pill said, don't be scared. He did that whole thing about being scared. So what the hell, you can't be scared of a skull. If you got one in your motherfucker, there's a skull on everybody's shoulders, all right? And we take the power back. We flipped the Stone Cold Steve Austin and we take it and we made it ours, all right? So which one do y'all like? This one, that one, or that one? And we're going to have this as well as merch for all of the people that don't like skulls. But for my Billy Badasses, yeah, we doing the Stone Mountain skulls. How about that? 1, 2, or 3. Y'all do the voting. You know what I'm talking about? Because this is a democracy. 1, 1. 1, 1. The fire skull. 1, 1. 1. Okay. That's Stone Cold. Yeah, this is for y'all. I know y'all into all of that. So this is the, you know what I'm talking. Oh, put an unk on his forehead. I do like that idea. It's looking like one for the win. It's looking like one for the win, y'all. It's looking like one for the win. And people is feeling the 3 too. So yeah, look out for that. That's gonna be lit. I might have that on next show. And with that being said, I would love to spend more time with y'all, but I do have these commitments. And we will be back, though. We'll be traveling, but we will be tapping in with the family. Make sure y'all in the building with us tomorrow, all right? With that being said, no outro song. Matter of fact, outro song. We're going to do the outro song, and then we out of here. Peace, love, and light, y'all. And this is the commercial. Make sure y'all get the replay.
No way out! No way out! Take that! Take that!
Clive, you've outdone yourself this time. This bad boy knows how to act bad.
Take that. Take that.
It's Frankie, baby. It's Frankie, baby. It's Frankie, baby.
All right, ladies, who wants some green?
Frank Black, aka Stacks, bad boy for life. It's Frankie Black, baby. Me and Frank White can't be stopped. It's
Bad boy, baby.
Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Facts. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red and blue, purple light, friends. Facts. You can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I opened my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we're stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. If we don't put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts. Peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light to the family. Peace, love and light to the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.